Hello, everybody, and welcome to FTB Sports. This is the Spurs versus Crystal Palace prediction, or Crystal Palace versus Spurs prediction. I'm Sam Spurs, and we've got Mike again, and we are going to discuss the game on Sunday. How you doing, Mike? You all right?
Yeah, not bad. Saturday, it's the weekend. Football's here. And Tottenham are playing again this weekend. So, yeah, all good.
And we're on a high. As you said, we won last week, North London derby, good result there. Good result midweek as well, although we discussed it wasn't the best performance, but we topped the group, top of the league, so we really shouldn't be complaining. And so let's look forward to this game. We could do something special. Let's hope so. So let's get into this. What's your thoughts on the game? What's your thoughts in terms of how the game will go?
I was looking at this earlier, like the past meetings between us and Crystal Palace. And they've always been tight games, very tight games. Like I think in the last 10, I think it was like 10 games. I think we've won 5 of them 1-0, and I think the rest all 3 of them had been sort of 1-1 draws, etc. So I don't expect this to be a massive game in terms of like a big scoreline. I think it'll be tight. Crystal Palace, they're going to be difficult to break down, but I think we've got enough to sort of get us over the line, get another win, and I expect nothing less than a win today.
On Sunday. So
on Sunday, sorry. I think we're playing today.
I wish it was today. Wish it was. It'll be Roy Hodgson against Jose Mourinho. Roy Hodgson, notoriously, I think, will sit back. We can't call him a defensive coach. He's certainly a very tactical coach. And I think it's going to be interesting how we go into this game, because we are looking at ourselves as being the aggressors in this. And I think we'll have to be going forward to them. They're going to sit back. They've got plenty of players on the break. This is Crystal Palace we're talking about, with Zaha, Easy, Benteke. He will probably all play. So it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult how we approach the game. We've got to make sure we go with the right mentality. Obviously, after the victories that we've had, North London derby, the game against Man City, the draw against Chelsea, we're on good form. So we should take that form into this game. I hope we do.
Yeah, I think, like you say, it'll be a different game for us, because, like you said, we've got to be the aggressors in this. Because Crystal Palace, I think, will want to be trying to hit us on the counter, play through Zaha. And it's going to be. It'd be interesting to see how we approach this. How we approach this game in terms of how we've approached previous games. I'm confident. No, I think Mourinho know we've got to take the game to Crystal Palace, and they'll be prepared. So yeah.
So touching on that, how do you think each team will feel going into this game in terms of confidence?
I think both teams will be feeling confident. I mean, Crystal Palace last weekend, coming off the back of a big win, they'll be feeling quietly confident. I don't think they won't show us. They won't show us any respect. I don't expect them to show us too much respect. I think they'll defend as a unit, and they will try and counter us. But Tottenham, and again, we're on a high. We should be confident. I think with the players we've got going forward, we should, even as fans, we should be feeling confident that we should be going into this game and get nothing but 3 points. As I say, it will be tight, but we'll be confident. I think we'll get the job done.
Well, clean sheets against Man City, clean sheet against Chelsea, clean sheet against the Arsenal, clean sheet in midweek. Can't ask for much more going forward into this game for us. So I think we should be confident. We scored goals. Who am I thinking is going to be our main threats? Well, this doesn't really go much against Son or Kane, so they are going to be our main threats going into this game. Jose, it all depends on how Jose is now going to put the other pieces around that. As I said, we talked about it in our our reaction show. How is he going to potentially keep all these players happy? Is he going to start the likes of Bale in this game? It's touch or go for me whether he does. I think he's going to go for a very similar lineup that we've had previously in the North London derby. So I think Bergwijn will start. He's confident. He should be confident going if he gets
Yeah.
another start. You know, the one thing in there, one key element I'm thinking is the way Lo Celso played midweek. Is he going to start ahead of Ndombele? And I think that's the only real thing I can see. Apart from obviously, if we've got any injuries, I don't think we've got too many injury concerns.
No.
So Lamella's out, but Sergio is being assessed, but I think he'll play. So it's how Jose decides that midfield's going to start.
I mean, in the Premier League, the team almost picks itself. Well, I think we've got Liverpool Wednesday, haven't we? So
yes,
this might be one of those games whereby, in the back of Mourinho's in his back of his mind, he might be thinking, well, do I rest one or two players for this game in order to play against Liverpool? And I think this might be a game that we do see. We might see Lo Celso starting tomorrow. Yeah, possibly. Because I think he had a really. When I watched the highlights again for Spurs, and Lo Celso, he had a really good game, and he
was fantastic. He had a really good game.
He was, and I think he deserves a game, and it's a good game for him to start, and maybe rest Ndombele for the Liverpool game, and touching upon Serge, because I know he's sort of being assessed, as Mourinho likes to call it. That might be in the back of Mourinho's mind as well, in terms of, does he risk starting Serge at right back, or does he rest him and just say, no, you're going to play against Liverpool Wednesday? And that might be the only reason we might see a change at right back, and also a change in the centre of park. I think Sissoko will still start. I think he's been great this season. He's one of the first names on the team sheet now.
Definitely, yeah.
And the rest of the back four, it picks itself. I can't see anything but a Hugo Lloris start. And the front three at the moment, with Bergwijn, Kane and Son, again, it kind of picks itself. The only thing we might see, if there was going to be any change to that front three, you might see Bergwijn and Bergwijn and Bale maybe swap in, but I think he'll probably start with that normal front three of Bergwijn, Kane and Son.
So you give me some thoughts there. As you mentioned, we've got Liverpool midweek. So looking at that, Jose, if I think about it, that's the sort of team where we're going to be on the back foot against Liverpool. I wouldn't see Bale starting in this game. So going back a stage now, he could start tomorrow because of the fact that Liverpool midweek, Bale's not the sort of player that's going to be doing all that tracking back.
No.
Crystal Palace are going to sit back against us. So maybe it might be a chance to throw Bale on, have a look at him, save Steven for, let's say, the game against Liverpool in midweek. So we could have a front three of Son, Kane, Bale, which would be exciting to see how it starts against a team that we should be on top of. We should be, possession-wise, we should be a lot more of the ball than they do. Interesting.
And it's the same with, you could argue with the back line. I think Toby and Dyer, they're likely to start with in the Premier League. I was just thinking maybe the young lad Rodon might get a game, but I think we'll still stick with Toby and Dyer at the centre backs.
I think so. So, which players from both teams should we be looking out for in this game?
For Crystal Palace, I think the threat is Benteke and Zaha. They're the main threats for Crystal Palace. If we can keep them quiet, I think we'll keep them quiet. We'll be okay. And obviously for us going forward, you got, if Bergwijn starts, obviously him on the right, Kane, Son on the left. I think the threats for us I mean, we've got threats all over the park. So
yeah, our fullbacks as well. We've got both fullbacks, Reguilon, Aurier. If Aurier plays, which I think he will, both of them getting forward. They should have opportunities to be in the very advanced areas, and they both have good powers of recovery. As you said, Son, Kane. I'm hoping that Bale does start. I really do. I really want him to start against Palace, just for the fact that if he doesn't start against Palace, who's he going to start against?
Yeah,
who's going to start in the Premier League against?
Yeah, and these are the sort of teams whereby we should be giving him the chance to show us what he's got. He still needs minutes under his belt, and this would be the perfect game for him to sort of get another Premier League start, especially with Liverpool in midweek, which I don't think he'll start that game.
No, I can't see Bale starting that.
I think that Liverpool game will be very much our usual Premier League 11 that's been starting against the big boys. But there's a potential for a couple of changes, but yeah, I'm expecting business as usual.
Okay. So finally, then, score predictions. What's your thoughts on that?
My head is going 1-0. My heart says 2-0. I'm going to go 1-0. Okay. I think it's going to be tight. I'm going to go 1-0.
I'm going to go on this one. I'm going to go 2-1. I think Palace have got enough in there to score against us. We are much better defensively now. I can't see us shipping a lot of goals. As you said last week, Palace had a 5-1 victory, but that was against 10 men for 2/3 of the game. So, yeah, although it makes it look a real great score, that had its doubts in there about, how good they really were. We we will have enough to take the game to them. And I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1 on this one.
Yeah. I think, I mean, Crystal Palace have got a goal threat, so they could get a goal. It'll be tight. I think it'll be tight, whatever. So
it's going to be a tight game. It might not be the most exciting game because both teams notoriously have managers that are tactically very astute. So it's going to be one of them sort of tinkering, and maybe have to change something in the game because I can see Palace really having them two banks of four. And them two players up top just sitting back in their half whilst we have the ball, letting us come onto them and then break on us with the threat of Easy, Benteke, Zaha on the break. That's quite dangerous. And that's the only reason why I see them possibly getting a goal where we might be taking them a bit too much and they just get through and they get an opportunity to score.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see Dele playing?
Nope.
Dele Alli? Do you think he'll feature?
I don't think we're going to see him playing for Spurs again. I really don't. And that might be something we have to discuss on another show at some point. So
again, with the likes of Dele, I mean, and the team that we're playing against and how we would be looking to set up against Palace, again, this would be in an ideal world a game that would suit Ali in terms of the style of play and how we approach the game. It could have been an ideal game for Dele to feature in, but like you say, whether he gets to feature,
put it this way, Mike: if he didn't even get on as a sub against Royal Antwerp, I can't see him starting any sort of Premier League games. We've got enough players. Again, I think we should leave that for another time.
Yeah, leave it for another. Yeah, we've
had some time. So we're probably going to have to wrap up now. So thanks all for watching. Look forward to the game on Sunday, 2:15 kickoff, Crystal Palace versus Spurs. We'll be doing an after-show match, post-match reaction, and hopefully we'll be very positive on that. And we'll have a guest on there. So look out for us. So like, subscribe, share, and comment as always. And thanks for watching FTV Sports. Take care, Mike. See you soon.
Cheers.